Hello everyone! My name is Bjork and welcome to my survival world. Today, I want to transform a witch hut I found into a custom spooky witch hut. So this is the location of the original hut, but I've decided I don't want to build here exactly. Location is everything, and this location is very mediocre. You see, it's on the edge of this beach biome with its awkward, muted grass color. It just feels very exposed, and the terrain around it is not that interesting. Like, you see that stubby little pond there with its two different shades of water, and it's just not good. So, I'm going to be building a bit further back, right on the edge of this mangrove swamp, because it's much better. So the first thing that makes it better is the grass color. You might notice that grass in swamps alternates between two different shades of green. One of them is kind of this sickly, yellowish hue, and the other is this nice, deep, dark green. So I want my hut to be at a spot that is just behind a patch of the nice green grass. The next thing that makes the spot better is that it's just next to a mangrove swamp. So you might have noticed that the color of the water changes in swamp biomes. In regular swamps, it's this murky, icy, greenish color, and it kind of looks like it's infected with algae. But if we look over here at this mangrove swamp, the color is this really beautiful cyan, and I just love having builds that are surrounded by water of that hue. The other advantage of being next to a mangrove swamp is that you get loads of naturally generated tropical fish. These little guys are some of my favorite mobs in Minecraft, and I just love seeing a bunch of colorful little creatures swimming around near my builds. Now, going back to the water hue thing, you might point out that you can change the watercolor in the shader settings to make it be anything you want, basically. And while that is true, I don't usually play with shaders on because my computer is a potato, and I just generally kind of like to build things in a way that will look good in vanilla Minecraft with no shaders on. So we're gonna do some custom terraforming here, but for now, we're just gonna put in a little platform and we'll fill it in after the hut is done. Now, for the hut itself, instead of the usual boxy shape, we're going with something circular. We're gonna use a muted color palette to help with that spooky feel. The roof itself is going to be a gradient roof, which are all the rage right now, and it's going to start with some nice cyan colored blocks to tie in with the watercolor below. Alright, so we have made a lot of really good progress on this witch's hut. However, the thing is, I need prismarine before I can do anything else, and I don't have any of that yet. So, I do know where a guardian temple is, but it's really useful to have potions and stuff when you go in those, and I haven't been in another fortress yet, so I don't have blaze rods. So I was thinking it would be useful to go on a couple of adventures so that I can get all of the supplies I need. Oh yeah, so I accidentally started a raid when I came back to my base to get some supplies, so I hope they don't notice me and I can just grab all the stuff I need. Yeah, that's right. Get him, Gollum. So, since we're going to the Nether, I might as well upgrade some of my supplies. So, these are probably some of the most valuable things I have, along with my sword. Okay, it's around here somewhere, but we have to go through this area first, so... Do I have torches? Yeah. Let's just mark the way we came in, otherwise I'm never gonna find this place again. Yeah, okay, there it is. Oh my god. Can just dig down a bit, I guess. Oh, we've already got some blazes. Okay. I can't see him. Right. I really should have brought a shield, but I completely forgot. Alright, I think we're just gonna have to jump in. Oh god. I should have brought a better food source. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Little safety barriers. Okay. Oh, no. No. Yeah, so I mainly like making farms and builds, and I would never claim to be that great at fighting. But my goal here was just to get about a stack of blaze rods without dying. Alright, that is 64 exactly, so I think it is time to leave. Alright, and now that I am back at home, we can make some water breathing potions and some potions of night vision. So, let's get rid of that. So I want these to go for an extended amount of time, so let's put in some redstone dust. Wait, oh my god, I am so dumb. So one of the things I was gonna get from the Nether Fortress was Nether Wart, which I completely forgot about. So I have to go back. Okay, I am going to stay away from the blaze spawner this time, so... Alright, we're already off to a great start. Okay, I don't hear any skeletons, but you know, they've got to be here somewhere, so... Oh, hi. Hello. Okay, nothing over here. Yes. Okay. Oh, and there's more, like right here. Oh, I hear wither boys. No? Alright, let's see if we can get a skull. Come here. Hi. You. Nah. Okay, let's just leave the rest of those just in case. We need to come back and get them later. Alright, now that we're back at my base, we should be able to just replace this with some soul sand and then plant our first nether wart, and we can start brewing. So let's get some water and then fill that up. And then just one in there. Okay. And then that should give us a night vision potion. Okay, so 24 minutes of each should be plenty of time. So let's grab some blocks and then head out to the Guardian Temple. Whoops, that is the wrong kind of dirt. Alright, so the Guardian Temple is right there. Now, I only need like half a stack of prismarine, but since it's so hard to gather that stuff while the Elder Guardians are alive, I figured I might as well see if I can kill them while I'm here. So let's take this and this. Alright. So I think this is how you do this. You take like the TNT and you just go like, ow. Wait, why did I think that would work? Alright, I guess we're just gonna have to like swim inside and find our way around like normal people. You know what? Oh, so I think this works if you like cover it with other kinds of blocks. So yeah, let's just block ourselves in and then 1, 2, 3. That's why you always should bring a spare. Yes, okay, so that works. Alright, now they should be somewhere like up. So let's just mark the way out. Hello. Oi. Oh, there's one right there. Okay, let's go. Oh god, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. Alright, let's go. Alright, we got one. Nice. There we go. Yeah, isn't this just such an interesting fight? Yes. Alright, finally. Yes. Amazing. Okay. Alright, I guess I just hang out for 4 minutes until the mining fatigue goes away, and then I can get my half stack of prismarine.
All right, well, that was exciting. But yeah, sometimes when you do builds in survival, you have to go to, pretty great lengths for like a single block or like a single thing that you need. So yeah, I do kind of have to do stuff like that. But anyway, now that I have all the materials that I need, let's crack on with the building.
So the reason I wanted prismarine is because it has this magical color changing property. So it'll go from being more greenish to a little bit more purple, and it just provides the perfect transition into the pinker section of the roof. So we're just gonna get this final shape in, and then the roof is good to go. Next, we're going to do the terraforming. So I want this hut to be sitting on like a little hill, and I want this hill to come down kind of gradually. So we're just gonna get a rough, just some rough shapes in place, and then we'll come back and we'll adjust it later. So once that's done, I want like a little cliff over here overlooking the swamp water. So we're gonna get a sort of curve in place over here. And once we're happy with that shape, we're going to come in with the stone and just get some little overhangs in place, just like that. And then once we're happy with that, we can take our stairs and our slabs and start adding a little bit more definition and then some texturing. And then we can take some dirt as decoration and then some greenery, of course, really ties it all together with, of course, some nether plants. Then we can start bringing the cyan water all the way into the edge of the cliff. Once that's done, we can come back over here and start like fixing the terraforming. So with help from this very friendly llama, we can adjust the curve there, just make it a little bit more natural looking. And then over here, I think I want a little bit more of a steeper decline. So we're just gonna have a very sharp drop off over here. And now it is time to do the path. So when I do paths, I like to lay out a temporary block just to get a rough shape. And then once I'm satisfied with that general idea, I can remove those blocks and the grass beneath will have turned to dirt, so I can remember where my path should be. Now, I kind of want a little garden to be in this section here, so that's where the witch can grow all of her nether wart and just whatever crops she needs to survive. So we can clear away those trees and then clear away the land, and then we can take a temporary block and kind of start laying a rough outline for where we want the actual garden walls to be. So I'm thinking like an off circular shape, like an oval, so then we can come in and we can kind of adjust things until we get the shape that we want. So after I'm happy with that, we can curve the path around just like this. And I was thinking it would be kind of neat if the path went through the mangrove swamp here, like under the tree roots, just like this, before it curved around and ended up at the portal. So I also want a kind of pond to be here, so with some help from a very friendly creeper, we can dig out this little hole that will give us just a rough idea of where the pond can go. Once we're done with that, we can start removing the temporary blocks and placing the final blocks in our build. All right. So, we have done a bunch of custom terraforming and landscaping, and I think I am finally happy with the way that everything here looks. So, we have some custom trees, like these little willow trees. We have the path that goes all the way over to our portal, and just a bunch of decorations over here. And of course, some little frog friends. So, I added this little water feature in there, and we've got our little pumpkin zombie friend. So I was actually making this build, like I started this whole project on Halloween, and I was like, I'll have this done by Halloween day. And I've just been procrastinating so much and just adding so much like little things here and there that it's now February and I'm still working on this. So, yeah. So I know that I said I didn't really like the sort of like yellowish color of some of the grass in the swamp, but now that we have so many details in and just so many like little small things, I think it really grew on me. Like it kind of looks like the pond there is like glowing because the grass color changes like just around the pond. So I think that looks kind of neat. And I also just like strategically placed decorations and objects and stuff so that you couldn't really like see. Oh no. Oh. Yeah, so I had these two little slimes in this boat here because I wanted them as pets and I was going to name them. I had stuff picked out and everything, and my pet frog goes and just. Uh, All right. So I took a slight break after my little slimes died, and I wound up getting COVID. So I was out for a week. And if my voice sounds horrible, it's because, yeah, I've just been really, really sick. But in any case, before I broke off, I was talking about like the colors here. So speaking of colors, I want to go over here and show you this. So, when I was building this cliff over here, I used basically a bunch of light colored blocks, and although I liked the way it turned out, I thought it didn't look quite right. Like, it was giving off like cozy English cottage vibes, and it was just like too like homey and friendly looking. So, I changed it up to this much darker color palette, and I think this is much more theme appropriate because I want this build to kind of give off the feel of like
the individual in that house is gonna like cook children for dinner or something. Or like if you go over for dinner, then you're going to be dinner. So I feel like changing up all the colors here really helped that out. So yeah, I'm glad that I did that. And in any case, I want to show you. So, because we built in the mangrove swamp, we're getting tons of like little fishes spawning in here, like this guy. And I think that's just so cool and so cute. But in any case, let's go over here and I can continue showing you what we have. So we have this path here, and it took me forever to get this right because I tried a couple different like block palettes and none of them were quite what I wanted until I tried this one. And I think it just works. I love it so much. And the other part of like thinking about the ambience of a build is not just how it looks, but like how it sounds. So listen to how it sounds when you walk over it. I don't know, I just really like that sound. Like maybe just because it's basalt and you just automatically associate it with like one of the worst biomes in the Nether, I feel like that just adds that kind of adds to the whole aesthetic. And the other part of the sounds is just like having some like witchy, like swampy related things, like our cute little witch's black cat meowing its face off at all times. And there's a frog actually that I put inside the hill here. So oftentimes you'll hear him croaking and like jumping around and like pattering about on the mud underneath my like fake hill. And so I think that adds a lot to just like the general feel of the build as well. So if we continue over this way, I love this little section here. I love these little mangrove trees and I feel like they're so like foreboding and like ominous and eerie, and just like as you're walking into this mysterious swamp, you're like, what horrors are hidden in here? But as you go in here, you get like this like spooky cyan pond that we custom built in here. And then once you go in the water, you see all these like bright little custom fish that I found in the swamp off to the side of the hut. And I know you might say that like the colorful fish kind of like detract from, you know, like the spooky feeling, but oh no, oh no, oh no. Wait. Yeah, no, okay, you go back in there. Okay, yeah, so I know you might say that, like, the little fishes, they just do not want to live, do they? Fish! No, 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 no. No, no, no. No! Oh no. No! Okay. Jeez, okay, usually I don't have problems with that. Maybe it's just because I'm in the pond or something. But can I get back in? Okay. Anyway, so I mean, maybe the witch just needs something like bright and colorful for some like dark magic or something, or maybe she just like has a soft side and she really likes these fish. Yeah, she's the one who likes the fish. But in any case, I wanted to show you something cool with the fish. So there are 2,700 possible color patterns for the tropical fish. There are basically like 6 different shapes. So there's like there are like 6 different types of fish. So 3 different big ones and then 3 different small ones. And you know, they all have their own patterns. So it's really rare to find 2 matching tropical fish that like aren't one of the 22 like most common varieties. But I managed to find 2 sets of matching tropical fish. So this one here, the pink and gray one, is a dasher, and I actually have another dasher, another pink and gray dasher over like right there. See, there's 2. There's 2 and they match. There's like a 1 in 2,700 chance of finding that, which isn't like super rare, but I mean, it's not, I've never actually had that before. And then I actually have another set of matching fish. So there's a, hold on. No, stay away from my fish. Okay, there's another one somewhere. Yeah. Okay, yeah, so that one there, the purple and orange, that is called a cob. That's the type of fish. It's basically like the clownfish, and I have another one, like right there. So yeah, I have two little sets of twins, and I think that is super cool. So in any case, if we continue along here, so this is my portal, and I'm super happy with how this came out. I think it looks nice with like the same sort of cyan and crimson that we used in the witch hut, but it's got this eerie, like ominous, like evil feeling, and of course like the magic particles block. So yeah, super happy with that. And over here, so this bed, it's basically haunted. Like, look at that. I have no idea how that happened, but I don't want to like pick it up and move it, and I don't want to ruin it. And I think that's kind of cool. So let's just put down this one so I can actually sleep. Alright, so if we continue on this way, so that path just kind of ends there, but I made this big map because I love maps so much, and I just kind of love seeing like where my builds are, just in relation to the surrounding area. So I think eventually I'll have this path go like all the way over here to like this really cool little like island in the middle of like this swampy section. And I want to build like a slime farm over there eventually and kind of make it look like, I don't know, some kind of like pagan like ritual site or something. I think that would be cool. So that's what I've got planned next. And I've got another little pumpkin guy right over there. So I actually left the original witch hut here because these are such like rare structures and I think it's kind of cool. So I left it mostly untouched except for this little thing here. So I found two more little slimes and I named them, and it's like nothing ever happened. It's like they were the little slimes that I had the whole time. And yeah, pretty much. So they're just gonna be indoor slimes, and they're gonna live in here for the rest of forever so they don't get eaten eventually. But yeah. So if we come back over this way, so you can go through the little garden here, just like a little shortcut from the portal. And so this is where the witch can like grow all of her nether wart and like a whole bunch of like crops and like whatever she needs. So that's kind of neat. And then if we go back up here and we go to the interior of the build, and there's nothing. So let's use our magic pearl of witchcraft interiors. And so this is what we have come up with. So the idea is this is more of like a functional house where like the witch can go to brew her potions instead of just like sleeping and stuff. So this is more of a workspace. So over here we have like all the books and stuff that she would need as like reference for brewing, and then a bunch of like storage area. And I like to use these as like little drawers because I think they look like drawers. And then here, so I used a respawn anchor because I think the top kind of looks like an actual cauldron with like something brewing in it, like there's an actual potion swirling around there. And I've also been super careful to not like actually mouse over the thing because I don't want to blow my hut up. So let's move away from there. So over here we have a little chimney and furnace area. So this is where the witch can cook up all the little children who come to visit for lunch. And then this is kind of like a stove, and then we have our magic color changing sink, and then some more storage and like brewing areas. And over here, I'm so happy with this. So I took this little zombie that actually spawned, beneath the floor when I was building it on Halloween Day. And he's one of the glowing, like, jack-o'-lantern zombies. And I thought that was super cool. So it took a bunch of wrangling, but I eventually got him in that space. And I found that if you use a piston to push a glass block, basically into a mob, they won't suffocate. So I can kind of like keep this zombie like encased in glass pretty much. And I think that just adds some nice detail. So if we continue along, we got some more like storage and little details over here. And then here we've got a witch that basically generated in the hut, like the original witch hut, and I've been keeping in a boat for like 3 months. I got her into this little section here, and I think I meant to put like some glowstone or something beneath her so that this section would glow, but I completely forgot and I'm not touching it now. So here we have a cauldron. So what's neat about using a cauldron with water in a swamp biome is that the water like changes colors. So instead of like the normal like deep blue color, it's that nice cyan color. So it kind of looks like there's something like magical going on in here, which I think is kind of cool. And then on the floor, we have this like big section here that looks kind of like it was burned through. So like whatever was brewing in here kind of like splashed around, because I mean it is hanging from the ceiling, and it got all over the floor, and eventually it just burned like all the way down here. So I think that just adds some cool little detail. Oh, and this is like my favorite thing to use as like a little floor mat. I love using crafting tables like that. And of course, it is practical as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this little hut on the interior here. All right, I think that does it for today. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed it and you think it deserves a rating, that would be much appreciated. If you would like to see more Minecraft content from me, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you! Bye!